Hey guys, Ed over here at FICMRepair. I guess it's video Saturday. Just caught myself shooting all kinds of content today. I don't know why. I just had a minute. So this question comes in, and we've seen it before. Why don't we solder our connections on? Why don't we suggest that when that crimp goes on that wire, we slide it into the lug and we crimp it with our, 16 ton or so hydraulic crimper? Why are we such a fan of that versus just getting one of those deals that you get nice and toasty and you melt some solder and you put the wire in there and boom, now you have maximum connectivity, maximum transfer. The reason why we're not fans is it tends to work harden the metal. And so if you've got vibration, and it's not like this is an automotive application or anything, if you've got vibration, the propensity of those strands, if you use the wire that you should be using, I mean, I don't know how many gajillion strands are in our wiring kits, but it's a lot. So to get a 4/0 wire and be able to play jump rope with it, yeah, it's pretty impressive. So you want that to be able to flex and move and whatnot, and you don't want that metal to be damage to the actual strands of copper to be in any way weakened as a result of the soldering process, the heat that's associated with that. What you rather want to do is you want to use a high enough tonnage hydraulic crimper. None of these hammer deals, by the way, either. You just put the thing in there and just whack it with a sledge. That's not what you want to do either. You don't want your whole day ruined. I mean, I was redoing some stuff on my 6.7 that came with some incredible sound system stuff put up in there. They had 4/0 wires running to a bank of batteries in the bed, and it's like, oh my goodness, for this 10,000 watt or whatever it is sound system, which is just crazy. But at any rate, I pulled the lug. I went to take the wire off, and the wire off the battery, just to take the negatives off and go, and the wire just came right out of the lug like it wasn't even in there. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is bad. So you want to ruin your whole day, let a 4/0 positive short to ground. It'll end horribly. So I was like, thank you, Jesus, you do love me, for me coming across that and reserving the really irritated side of me that wanted to come out and say, what moron thought this was a good idea. But if you use a properly tonnaged crimper, what will happen to you is you will actually malform the copper. Think about how cool that is. Malform the copper down to the core, down to the center of that lug, so that one strand is indistinguishable from the next, but you won't actually damage the chemical makeup or the structure of the metal itself. So it still maintains full malleability, bendability, and ampacity, the ability to transfer electrons, the capacity to transfer amps, without any degradation in service life. And so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about, a lot of guys will use heat shrink over their connections. So like ours is a double wall adhesive backed heat shrink. And if you want to make your own cables, God bless you, right? So get the 16-ton hydraulic crimper, get the double wall adhesive backed heat shrink tubing, get the nylon prettiness over the deal, slide it up in there, and go ahead and use the heat shrink on there, and life is good. It's not rocket science, but it does require some special tooling. But if you buy the cables from us, all the lugs are pre-rotated at exactly the rotation they need to be. So there's no torsional load you're placing on the cable. There's no wear in time. There's none of that garbage is happening. The cables just work, and they won't degrade over time. It's not going to be like your cables fall apart. So many pictures that we see that look like that. So if you're going to do it once and do it right. If you're just a handy guy and you're just like, man, I see myself doing this all the time, then maybe you want to invest, and it is an investment for the right stuff. But you want to invest in your own crimper tools and whatnot. They're available, right? But you need the right die sizes, and you need a strong enough crimper to make it happen. Or if you're like, that sounds like work to me, and you want us to custom make some cables for you, we make these in-house, right? So we got the gajillion number of foot rolls of wire. I mean, it comes in a big freaking spool. And we got all kind of wire sizes too. So whatever you need, we totally got you, and we can hook you up. But at least now you know why soldering is no bueno for you. All right? Great question. Keep them up. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. I appreciate the conversation with you guys, by the way. It's nice to know what's on your mind. So if you've got a question and it can wait just a smidge, maybe think about putting your questions in the comments. I'm generally pretty good about getting back to you that way. But that way, when I shoot a video, thousands of people can see that answer and not just one of you. So if you call with a question, yeah, you're going to get personalized service, which I totally feel is very nice. But the problem is that you're kind of like, it's almost selfish in a way, I guess you could say. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's a little over the top. It probably is. But if you put your question in the comment, I can shoot a video response to it. Just know that we're at like 23,000-ish subscribers at the time of this video. It's very humbling. But all those people can benefit from that answer. Because if you got a question, you can bet your bottom dollar that somebody else has that exact same question. And knowledge is power. Ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is expensive. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thanks, guys.